This is the machine low row, one of my favorite exercises to target the upper back. The low to high rowing path of this machine makes it great for targeting the upper traps, rhomboids, and rear delts. In this tutorial, I'm performing the exercise on the hammer strength low row. Yours might look a little different as other manufacturers have their own version of this machine, and the handles might differ slightly, but execution of the movement will remain the same. And it starts with the height of the seat, which is the trickiest part. It might take a few light sets to find out what feels best for you. Since the goal of this exercise is to target the upper traps, rhomboids, and rear delts, you want to set the seat at the height where you feel it there the most. I'm 6'2", and I have the seat on this machine around the middle on the number 8. If you're shorter, you should likely have the seat set higher up, and if you're taller, lower down. If you feel like the range of motion is limited and you feel lots of tension through the biceps, you likely have the seat set too high like this. And if you don't feel the upper traps and rhomboids and more through the middle back, you likely have the seat set too low, as this will cause more horizontal rowing versus low to high rowing for the upper back. Next up is the grip. Grab the handles that are angled out to the side like I'm doing right here. If yours doesn't have these and only has horizontal ones that look like this, use an underhand grip. Now let's get to rowing. Unrack the weight first, set the feet wherever they feel the most comfortable, either on the ground or on the footrests. Feel the tension through the arms and push the chest slightly into that chest pad and get to rowing. Follow the natural arm path of this machine. It should feel like the elbows are going back and slightly up, and make sure you get a pause at the top and get a 3-second eccentric on that way down. As soon as the arms extend all the way, row back again. As you row back, imagine like you're pushing the chest into that chest pad as I'm doing right here to bring the shoulder blades closer towards each other to successfully contract the traps and rhomboids. Lead through the elbows to minimize use of the biceps, and as you go back down, imagine like you're still pulling backwards to keep tension through the back and not through the biceps. Since we want to target the upper traps, make sure you allow those shoulders to shrug up slightly as you go back. A big tip to feel it more in the back, especially the rear delts, is don't just pull directly backwards, but also imagine like you are pulling with the hands and the elbows in the same direction that the handle is pointing. Same on that way back down. Imagine like you're pushing the hands out to the side slightly, especially through the pinkies, and you'll feel more tension through those rear delts. Make sure you are squeezing the handles firmly and the knuckles are in line with those wrists, as a common mistake we want to avoid is curling those wrists as we row, kind of like this, and also avoid pushing the head forwards too much, as you might feel uncomfortable tension through the neck and traps. As you get closer to failure, pausing the top is going to get a lot harder and you might not be able to, and that is okay. However, you can always get a few partials at the end to go past failure. Running through the key points one more time, unrack the weight, push the chest forward as you row backwards to be able to squeeze that upper back. Pull through the elbows and follow the natural arm path of the machine, allowing those elbows to go slightly up as you row back. Pause at the top and still pull back as you continue to go down through that 3-second eccentric. And as you row, imagine like also bringing those hands out to the side a little bit in the same direction those handles are pointing. Lastly, do your best to make sure each arm is a mirror image of each other, so record yourself a few times to make sure of this. Like this video right now if you learned something new, and subscribe for more tutorial videos just like this one.
Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like